Show. It is the Praise O'Clock Show, the Praise World podcast, right here again today, the 26th of February 2026. And here we are on yet another day that the Lord has made. And we're here, we're alive, we're here, we're healthy, and we're excited at what the Lord is doing and set to do in this season. My name is Goodness Ezeh. You're welcome to the Praise O'Clock Show, of course, also known as the Praise World podcast. Yes, and of course, as usual, we've got the one and only joining us as well this morning to give us the little bit of, the Mommy Gio spice. Yeah, Mommy Gio. She's Mommy Gio. Okay, okay. She's Kanyinsola Omojola, aka Mommy Gio. Good morning to you.
There's no AKA in it, but yeah, I'm Kanyinsola with my full chest, Omojola, daughter of Omojola. So yeah, good
Hey.
morning.
Yeah, good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Thursday, which means that the week is wrapping up. We're getting close to the weekend or closer to the weekend. And yeah, what's it been like for you this week? How's the week been? Like, rate the week over 10.
Uh, four,
This one where you they think first.
four. I think four over 10. Yeah,
4. Why 4 though?
because it was just the
And if it was just there, you forgive and 5 now.
no 4. 5 is like already halfway.
Oh well. If I'm going to rate mine over 10, I would say 5 actually, because I think my week was also just there, but I was happy on Tuesday because for the first time I can't remember how long, I set out to do a lot of things to do on Tuesday and I did everything. And I was happy, and because of how crazy my schedule is on Wednesday especially, I was able to do some of the work I would have done on Wednesday. I was able to do it on Tuesday. I would see Tuesday I was very happy. Like I slept a fulfilled man on Tuesday, but apart from that, it's been so, yeah. But I mean, like that they do, because it comes from within. Joy comes from within. Yeah. Right. So yeah, today's Thursday. Like I said, it's yet another show. There's a lot that we're going to get into. We're live this morning again, just on YouTube and Facebook. We're not yet live on Instagram because we haven't been able to sort out those issues, that ensured that we weren't live yesterday. But hopefully over the weekend, no, hopefully not, hopefully definitely over the weekend, we'll get them sorted out. And yeah, it's going to be a good time. But of course, meanwhile, like I said, we have a show to run. There's lots of stuff to get into. Just before we went live, I was just going through some of the show content again. I was like, oh more, today's show go out. Oh yes, but anyways, of course, we have our complete the lyrics. Today is Thursday, so we'll be complete the lyrics, and we will be having yeah, a quote of the day as usual. And of course, we'll be getting to at least two video contents. Yeah, today we'll get to at least two by the grace of God. We go touch those two. Yeah, we go touch those two because today is Thursday, last show of the week. I will try to get into as many good stuff as we possibly can. Yes, yes, yes. Right. There's a lot going on around, to be honest. Yeah. But I think the first thing I want to say is how that this year, I know Momijiro had been saying it, right? But this year has been fast. Momijiro, I agree for you. I actually agree. This one, I don't get, I don't get arguments. This year has been really fast, right? And you called it from January, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, and yeah, you were spot on. You were spot on. You were spot on. I give you that. I give you that. Collect, collect, collect. You try. You got that. I really hope it maintains this pace, and it doesn't just crash, and it just gets a little bit yeah, yeah. So it's that's a good one. That's a good one. Right. Now, so I was going to say something before we actually get started. I saw a tweet. I wasn't able to get the tweet. I don't know if I can still get it though. I saw a tweet on the internet yesterday, and it asked a question. The question was, what is one business that makes the most money, like the most one of the most lucrative businesses, and people don't actually talk about? Yeah, and of course, when you see posts like that, the beauty about such posts is not really the post, is the comment section. Is the comment section. So I went down to the comment section, and there were lots of people talking about so many different things. Yeah. Um I saw some people mention MLM, and honestly, I didn't even know what MLM was before that time. But of course, I went on to check what MLM meant. I think it's something. It's a market, a multi-level marketing. All those. And then, but I saw some very interesting business ideas in the comment section as well. Some people talked about things like selling of jewelries, selling of perfumes. Some people mentioned pre-orders, yeah, and some very interesting business ideas. So I just let's actually talk about that very quickly. What is the most crazily lucrative business idea that you have seen, but like it just sort of goes under the radar? Maybe you've seen someone do that business and makes a truckload of dough, a truckload of cash from such a business, but for some reason it just goes under the radar. Which one is it for you? Or which ones are it for you? Mama Joy, are you there? Okay, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. Uh, all right. Yeah. So, well, I mean, it's a question. It's a question for you. It's a question for us. It's a question for us. We some, yeah, that I've seen, like I said, lucrative of goes under the radar. But which one is it for you? I'd like to know. I'd like to know which one is it for you. Um, what for me? There's quite a few, but I think when I saw the tweet, the first one that came to my mind was um was food selling. Like when I say food selling, I'm not just talking about like selling of food items like groceries or food stuff. I mean actual cooked food, maybe in a restaurant or in some of these parts, buka. At least I think we should all, if you're a Nigerian, you should know what a buka is. A buka is different from a restaurant. In fact, a buka is different from a canteen. You see, there are different levels. You have buka, you have canteen, and then you have restaurant. They're different. And then before restaurant, you even have eatery. You have buka, you have canteen, you have eatery, and then you have restaurant. Right? You see that buka, it's I mean, if you have been in the streets, right? If you have been in the trenches of Lagos or any other, strong city like that in Nigeria, you know the beauty of a buka, right? How that first of all they cook the most indigenous dishes, and you know, I remember when I was in the university, there was a buka that at the time, they were literally in, like, they didn't have it there. It was Paco. It was like, how do I explain that now to international audience? It was wood. The place was made up of wood. It wasn't like a proper building, but my god, the food they made in that place. So the good thing about the place was that it was strategically positioned. So the place was right in front of my school, my university, like right in front. Yeah. And not just right in front, it was also by the road. So there's a road. If you're coming all the way from, my school is in Ife, or before you get to Ife, and that's Ile Ife in Osun State, Nigeria. And if you're coming all the way from Ibadan in Osun State, you will pass, like, if you're going from Ibadan to, maybe you're going to places like Ilesha, or you're going to Ekiti, or you're even going to where now, Kwara, Ilorin, you're going to those places, you will pass the front of that place. So you will not just pass in front of my school, but you pass in front of the buka. So many times when people are traveling, yeah, that is where they usually stop for their lunch break. That's where they usually stop. And, many times we as students in the afternoon as well, like for instance, I'll speak for myself, but there are many people like me that did that as well. When we didn't have class in the afternoon and we're still on campus, we just, go outside, cross the road because we have to cross the road to get there, cross the road and just sit down, unbutton like one or two buttons of your shirt. And you see, they sell rice and the other sort of continental dishes or intercontinental dishes. They sell jollof rice, which is sort of like a continental regional dish, if you call it that. They sell, I think they even have fried rice. Yeah, and all of that. But we don't go there to eat fried rice. We don't go there to eat jollof rice. We go there for swallow. Amen. We go there for swallow, right? So when we get there, we sit down. Like I said, the place is wood. It was literally made of wood. So it's a very local place. We sit down, the tables also are made of wood. Yeah, sit down at the table, they give you a wash, you of course you order what you want, you tell them what you want, they give you. So they have all kinds of, this looks like I'm doing advertisements, but if like there are so many places like this. Yeah, they have all kinds of, assorted African dishes, right? Specifically the ones peculiar to the Yoruba tribe. So you have your amala, your pounded yam, your egusi soup, a foriro. I mean, all those things. If you are fasting, I'm sorry. But I just have to say this, yeah. So you see people, like I said, that are traveling, they would come down from their cars, from their exotic cars. They would come down and come and sit inside, come outside AC. They will leave their AC cars, sit down inside this hot, sometimes put on this little standing fan, sit inside this place, sit down and balance with a big bowl of pounded yam and soup. It's a large, what's the English word now? They call it ogufe, but I think it's mutton. I think goat meat. Yeah, the but they call it ogufe. Sit down with it and then absolutely demolish it, and then enter into their cars and continue their journey. One day I was coming down and then I looked and I said, see, these people are making, at the time it was just wood, but I've not been there in quite a few years, but I think they must, because of how much they must have been making, I'm sure they'd have elevated that place a little bit, but it must still have that buka feeling. You know what I mean? If you've been there, if you've been at a buka, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you don't go to buka to eat rice. If you are going to buka to eat rice, it's a waste of bukarism. It's a waste of Bukharism. Don't look for that word in the dictionary. It's not there. But you go there to eat indigenous dishes. And of course, you have the canteens, and then you have an eatery, and of course you then have the restaurants. That's where you go to eat all your intercontinental dishes. You go there and that's where you do go. But if that's the difference there, okay. But I just think that those people who are into the business of you know making food, selling food, right? I think they make a lot of money, and I've seen it firsthand. I think they make a lot of money. The only thing is that it's a bit, unless you're really really good, like you have to be really really good to make a lot of money at it, like because people will not leave their houses and go and eat your food, except people who maybe don't maybe they can't cook or they don't have the time to cook. There has to be a reason why people will not cook at home and will say no, I want to go and eat you understand what I'm saying? So the person has to like be really good, and once the person is really good, has a conducive enough space. It doesn't have to be so much of a big space. Conducive, trust me, and you see those people, they don't carry out advertisement in newspaper. They don't have content creators that make content for them and all those good stuff. This It's word of mouth. It's word of mouth and aroma. Because you're passing and you just, the aroma alone, you're just like, no, I have to find out what's going on there. So I mean, in my opinion, I think those are the ones I've seen that, nah, no, these guys, it's a very lucrative business. Like I said, um some people talked about like pre-orders. I don't know so much about that. Some people talked about what's it called now? Uh what's the name? Selling of jewelries and selling of perfumes. I think maybe selling of perfumes, maybe, but I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen that one firsthand, but maybe, yeah, maybe. Such businesses are quite lucrative. Yeah, and I just thought that maybe someone is thinking of starting a new business and saying, what should I dabble into? Yeah, these are some of the things. I mean, if you can, like I said, if you cannot cook, don't open Booker. Or if you cannot, I think is you. Even if you're going to put someone who can cook there, I think there's this vibe about, and you see most of these Booker that we're talking about, right? Again, Booker. If I'm going to interpret Booker in English, I'll just say local canteen. Yeah, but it's Booker. Booker is the right word. You see, most of them they don't have their business don't have names. Yeah. We name the booker based on the name, not of the woman that opened the booker, but of the child of the woman, the child of the woman that opened the booker. So if the booker was opened by a woman, let's say the woman's name is Um, Mrs. Olagundoye, for instance, yeah. But the child of the woman's name is CD, the booker will be called Iyasidi Booker. I mean, we're not interested in the name of the woman. We're interested in the name of the child of the woman because that's what everybody will call the woman. Iyasidi, Iyasidi, go and buy food from Iyasidi. You know, I mean, if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. There is just I'm telling you, there's just something absolutely beautiful about local cuisines and stuff, yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's what I think is one of the most lucrative businesses that I've seen that sort of goes under the radar. And some of these businesses that people do that looks dirty or looks stressful or looks some of those businesses they the money they inside you, you get it. But anyways, let's crack on with the rest of the show. There's a lot to get into, like I said, and we will get into all those good stuff. I don't know where this time is running to, honestly. If you ask me, I have no idea where this time is running to. But let's just get on with it. I don't know if Mommy Gio is back now. I don't know, I
Yes,
don't know,
hi.
I don't know.
Can you
Oh,
hear
Mommy Gio,
me?
you're here.
Yeah,
I can hear you now, but I couldn't hear you earlier.
I'm sorry. It keeps, I don't know, it's going off and on. Like even you,
Oh,
so I don't know. But I
oh,
can hear you
really?
now. Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know that. Anyways, let's get started. Mom Joy, let's get us started, please, as we crack on.
Okay. Our Father and our God, we say thank you. We thank you for a brand new day. We thank you for love. We thank you for your goodness. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you for us together. We thank you for all that you do for us. You speak to the hearts of many that into the show in the name of Jesus. And let your
Amen.
name alone be glorified. In Jesus' mighty name we
Amen.
have prayed. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amazing stuff. All right. So moving on to the complete the lyrics. Complete the lyrics. What do we have this morning on complete the lyrics? So for complete the lyrics this morning, I'm gonna drop a song, the first part of the song, and you are to write the rest of the lyrics, like complete the lyrics of the song. No cheating, no chat GPT, no Spotify, no YouTube music or Apple Music. Nah, none of those stuff. None of those stuff. Just simple. You get it? All right. So what do we have this morning on complete the lyrics? I know my Redeemer lives. I know my Redeemer lives. Let all creation blah 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 dash 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 dash. I know my Redeemer lives. I know my Redeemer lives. Let all creation dash dash dash.
Is it let
What
all
do we
creation or
think?
all of creation?
You said?
Is it let all creation or all of creation?
Well, which one do you think it
Let's see what
is?
so cool. I think it's all of creation. I think
Okay.
is a mix of
So,
now singers can.
so
Maybe I paid more attention to the let all of creation because like oh
okay.
they can try to ad lib or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so because now I've always thought it was all of creation, but because I didn't just bring it from my head, I went on to like actually confirm the lyrics. So where I checked, this was what I saw. But honestly, it doesn't matter. It's such a minute detail that in this case it doesn't matter. If you're able to complete the rest of it, then it means that you know the song. But Mommy Joe, no be you at the house. I know say you know the song because these are your song. You love oldies, yeah, oldies that is now nah. I know say this is your
I
bread and
remember
beans.
I think the first time I listened to I was a child. It was on campground. It was a drama dance thing. I cried as a little child. Though. It was a blessing. And I'm like, this song would always be a fave to me, for
Mm,
me. Yeah.
wow, you cried when you listened to it for the first time.
Yeah. Just like For Your
Wow,
Glory. Yeah. There are some songs that are so
for your
powerful
glory,
that,
Tasha Cobbs.
yeah, that's the song that made me give my
Wow,
life to Christ. Like, I've been in church all my
wow,
life. But when I learned the song, I didn't even learn the lyrics, I promise. I was given the opportunity to learn the song. And, I didn't hear again, like, other people that well, growing up, I was always so full of myself because I get to lead a lot of times, right? And I go
mm,
down, right? I was chewing my mouth, but when you're chewing your mouth and you were crying, that's when I
wow,
just wanted to do everything for God's glory. I've been a church girl all
wow,
my life, like I said, but it was when my early teens. That was when it made meaning to me. Yeah. So yeah, like my
mm,
Redeemer Lives is that song. I didn't know much about it, but I just know that there's someone who has redeemed me, or maybe it was drama that made me emotional. I don't know, but yeah, he blessed me, and he still blesses me anytime I listen to it.
wow, wow. Actually, as you were speaking there, I just thought about something, and for you and some of us actually who have been like maybe for a while have been in a choir setup. You maybe were a child choir, you were in the children's choir, or in the teenagers choir now. What is your favorite moment? Like you've mentioned two there that makes a lot of sense there. Yeah, that's what you said. You gave your life to Christ, singing for your glory. Wow, like wow. Um, and then the one for My Redeemer Lives. So which 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 one which is your favorite like top 1% moment, as a child, either in the choir, I mean, just doing something in the church. And if it's the for your glory moments, tell us the story. We want to hear the story today.
Okay. So like I said, I just remember I was called to lead. I mean, I've been leading songs all my life, right? As a child,
Yeah.
it's just that we don't have like, I mean, I'm a bit old though. I mean, not old because I can't really get. I just
It
got one
shock
of
you?
my one of my singing videos, right, that is available online, and I couldn't get most of it because when I wanted to do my debut album, that was when I was looking for my videos, just singing, and I graduated from children's church, having that image that oh she sings, she has been this one singing in children's church, even though it was not exactly the same. I didn't start leading because of course I met my ogas in teens church,
Normal.
but I was still called to lead. you know I think it was my first time. I'm not sure now, I can't remember, the memory is a bit faint, but I will never forget. And that's how Tasha Cobbs became my role model. I was called to lead
Wow.
For Your Glory by Tasha Cobbs Leonard. I don't think I had so much time to score the song or something, or it's me that was unserious about scoring it. And I eventually did score it, but didn't score it well. I remember I think it was when or maybe I'm mixing Take Me to the King, because it was time I took Take Me to the King by Tamala Man. Like I said, I'm a contemporary person. I grew up
Yeah.
listening to them and scoring American songs. I don't really listen to Nigerian songs like that. So um I think I was wearing it. I think so. I can't remember, but yeah, I took the song. I remember Okiyomi was in front of me. I do that. People that are the OGs, right? That knew Coin from a long time. He was there. He was crossing his leg. I remember very well. And it was okay. Well, it was probably the closest thing that was chewing my mouth on stage, right? And I could see the expression on his face, but I started crying like, "For your glory,
Mm.
I will do anything." I'm sure that's how it sounded. Just to see you, to behold you as my king. I wanna be where you are. Like, ooh, ooh, I don't want to cry.
Eh.
it, it, it just made a difference. I'll wake up in the morning, follow my mommy to church. I was always the girl that had it all together. She was leading. Maybe how they used to look at someone with perfect eyes when you're in ministry, even up until now, when you're doing so well. But really, I don't think I had that father to child relationship with God
Mm.
up until that time. I don't think I was doing what I was doing for God. I was doing it because Koyi had a good voice, Koyi could sing well. I wasn't really doing it because I loved God that much.
Mm.
I was doing it because He gave me that voice to flaunt, right? But I
Mm.
want to be where you are ministered so much to me. One thing I love about God and me is I might not necessarily, and that's like one of those moments, right? When I'm ministering, I won't feel it. I promise you, most times, and I've asked questions that, is it that the ministration didn't go well? Do you know that is when I come back and sit down and watch I'm talking now, when I come back and watch my ministrations, and I'm like, oh, I'm so blessed. And I will not even see that, oh, the people of God were blessed too. But yeah, what am I saying? I'm saying those are some of the moments, or a one time moments where I was ministering and I was ministered onto first, right? I was the first partaker of the blessing. That's my story. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, that's it. I got emotional listening to that because I just started thinking how that. I mean, seeing what you do now, how you're into
Mm,
music ministry now. God,
yeah.
God is such a master script writer. How that he's able to just like orchestrate situations. I mean, you look at you even saying that at the time it's not like you were like madly in love with God or something. You just wanted to you get voice now, make I just do one or two, and
And
then
like that's
God
how it
just
made me
arrested
feel.
that
Like I
heart.
was literally the only one that was leading. I promise.
Wow.
So there was this lady, blessing. We're neighbors. Like
Yeah.
we stayed across each other in Agege then. And she was one that was always leading then. And I would remember Uncle Tolu always says my childhood teacher, and that's the thing. Pastor Kudi, I'm not using it to like, because I think about my children's church, I think about my teens church, I think about my even the university. Do you know most of the people then that we were leading, and I'll feel like, oh, they were not using me. Do you know they don't sing anymore?
Wow.
Like that. Even if they do, like I because I know okay, only blessings. I don't have access to blessings contact or anything, right? But I mean, if blessings still sings that, I would know. Do you understand? Whether
Mm.
secular or gospel, I would have seen it
Yeah.
somewhere else somehow. And like I know my mom talks to her dad and all of those things, so it has never come up in any conversation, right? And then Dr. Lucy, I'll just draw his clothes. I'm like, I want to sing to, I want to lead to, right? So I was just like, yeah, after Blessing left church, now me that in my head, I was the one that said, oh, but they're back to back, like even as a child, I don't know what I was telling recently. I'll never forget Wings Like an Eagle convention, RCG convention. That was the first time I wrote my first song because it just came to me.
Wings like an
Then
eagle. I think I
which other
remember that.
Big shout out, oh yeah, big shout out to Claria, big shout out to Mr. Ayomide. Like, I don't know the kind of belief they had in me or whatever God told them must be really nice, right? And Uncle Larry said I could write a song. Him and Mr. Ayomide reached out to my mom or something that tell Kanyinsola to write. I'm like, write which song? I was a
Wow.
child and I did write that song. I spread my wings like an eagle's wing, right? And it makes sense to me when I receive songs, to be honest, because it's not just now. It didn't just start now, but yeah,
Wow.
I think this morning is very, very emotional for me. Can I be vulnerable? Yeah.
Yes, please. Yes, we're here for it. This is a safe
Anything I hear
space.
for it, I'm not going to be vulnerable on radio.
This is a safe
No,
space.
no. But yeah, I'm just I'm thankful to God for the journey. It's not easy. I'm talking to someone this morning. I think that's why I'm being emotional because this week has been like back to back. People calling me,
Mm.
people talking to me, people asking me questions. And this morning I'm talking to my my producer, and he's saying some things, and I'm like, I just feel like sometimes you just need to be reminded of what you do, right? The journey is
Mm.
never smooth, right? Sometimes you're discouraged. I spoke to Mr. Tola too some weeks back too, and we're just talking for a long time. Like almost an hour, and I was trying to do the bad. That this will be a possible good. This is bad. So let the complete one out. And I'm saying this. I remember times. Ooh, now that I'm saying this, I'm sorry.
Hey.
Thank God I'm not on camera. It would be like the last time that Trace was caught me on camera. That was great. But yeah,
Wow.
I'm reminded of a little part of where I started from, right? And I'm thankful to God. Yeah, I can't say anything again. I think I've been vulnerable enough.
Wow.
Yeah, thank
You got me there. You absolutely got me there. Wow. Wow. Can we just end the show here? Can we just go
you.
home?
God, I beg you.
Honestly, wow, man, I'm even speechless now. I don't even know what to say. Honestly, I don't know what to say. Wow. The funny thing is,
You
I was actually thinking about. You
You
said
said I can't. I would have held myself together. It was because you said I should be
no,
more.
no. I like no. I wanted. See, okay. Let me tell you something. It's interesting. Now, we used to say it's how that this show is actually as much of a blessing to us as it is to everybody who listens. Yeah,
Yeah,
and honestly, if since we're in the spirit of vulnerability, it's not, especially this morning has not been the best morning for me. Like I was about to come on the show, and then I asked myself, and I'm like, wait, hold on a minute. Are you going to come on the show in this state of mind that you're in? This week, like I said at the start, this week has been a lot. I've been there was something that happened at the last weekend. There's something that happened on Sunday, like literally at the end of the weekend, as I was we're able to go and start a new week. That really hits me. Like it hits me real, real bad, from an angle I never, never, never expected it from. And it has sort of like every time I think about it, it makes me sad. Like every time I think about it. And, I woke up thinking about it this morning. I prayed, I worshiped, and then I was fine for a bit. And then some things happened again just this morning before I came on the show. And I was just like, nah, can I do this? Can I really do this? Can I come here and shake it off and say, nah, we go? But I just took my guitar, and there's a song that God gave me. I think it was last year. It was sort of when I was in a situation like this when God gave me this song. And I remember how that when God gave me the song is just about having peace in my soul. And I remember how that one of the things that the Lord said to me was how that I should remember the things that He has helped me with in the past. And I remember that was the word. That was the word. I mean, in my church, is this is our Ebenezer year. That is the word for the year. And then I just took my guitar. It was literally seconds before I came, before I turned on my camera. I was already, connected to the show, but I hadn't turned on my camera at the time. I just took my guitar and I just played for like 2 minutes. And then I came back and I felt better. And now hearing what you have said here, Omo, now Roy be this true. Now Roy be this. And
Right.
that's why it got me. Because I just remembered as you were speaking, I just started remembering some things from the past. Started remembering some things that the Lord saved me from 10, 12, 13 years ago. Some of the things he brought me through in the university, and even one of the toughest years of my life, which was 2024. Not one of the toughest year of my life, 2024. How God salvaged me, how God brought me through. And I'm just like, goodness, who are you to now start doubting when God has literally brought you from all these? Then what is this? What is this mountain before Zerubbabel? Oh boy.
Yep.
Hey God. All right.
Oh my
All right,
God.
let's put ourselves together. Let's put ourselves together.
Yep.
Man, you said what?
I said yep. I'm just affirming what you're saying. Yep.
All right, but me, I'm not gonna cry because the camera is on my face. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Good, I beg. Oh.
Oh God. Anyways, let's come back home. Let's come back home. All right. Now we were actually like I hinted at a video we're going to share, and this video is gonna start with a question. I want to ask a question. I'm not gonna get the answer to the question until after we've shared the video, and I want to know Mommy Joe's opinion on this, especially. Yeah. So the question is, on what grounds? What grounds? Because we know that as Christians, when we get married as Christians, no be no be football match of 90 minutes and you play and then you go. It's not you're here to stay. It's an eternity thing. Well, not eternity, a lifetime thing. Not an eternity thing. It's a lifetime thing. And of course, it's meant to foreshadow an eternity thing, which is of course the marriage of Christ to his church. Yeah, that's what it's meant to foreshadow. But unfortunately, there are cases where Christian marriages, or no, I won't say Christian marriages, I'll say Christians that got married ended up in a divorce. So, what should be the criteria? Like, on what grounds should divorce be a thing? When does divorce become an option? Because, in as much as we always like to say, for better, for worse, till death do us part, sometimes it doesn't get to death. Yeah, divorce happens. So what is the criteria? On what grounds is divorce, you know is divorce an option? And there's a video we're going to share, which was an excerpt from a Q&A session that was between Apostle Emmanuel Iren and Reverend Sam Oye at Celebration Church's marriage conference. I think it was last Saturday. So it was an interesting question from a person, and not just interesting but also very disturbing question. Now let's have a look at this. It's you would really, it's a long one, but just pay attention to this.
How do I cope with an unbelieving husband of 10 years who is diabolical and cheats repeatedly? I discovered almost 7 years ago he used about 7 ladies for money rituals. But he does not know I know about it. Sir, I'm glad you are the one here to answer this question. I told him we can begin to make love when the Lord touches him and when he stops seeing other women. Such a chaotic Jesus. The floor is yours, sir.
So Apostle Ira pushes me into that kind of trouble right now. Well, first, man of God, let's be very objective. I think she has accommodated so much dysfunctionality for one reason. It's very possible that she came from a dysfunctional home. There's that thing when you've seen too much dysfunctionality, when you are seeing it again, you just blend with it. But for someone who grew up in a very, very well structured, healthy home, you wouldn't even take one of it before you take measures. Number one, please, madam, you are risking your life. Your husband is involved with multiple women. You have already had signs of infection. We don't talk about marriage without life. The first thing we focus on is the preservation of life. Then we can discuss marriage. You are in a very dangerous situation right now in terms of your health. Number two, you have also gotten to find out that your husband is into the occult. Madam, that means however you've been fed, however you've been cared for, is part of the proceeds of such wickedness. You are aware. So please, again, that is opening the door for demonic interferences in your life. That's number two. Number three, there is a possibility someday your husband will be arrested. The chances are there one day your husband will be arrested for what he's doing. At that moment, you will also be involved for aiding and abetting. So on multiple grounds, you are really exposing yourself to a lot of danger. Thank you for asking this question. But beyond asking this question, you need to physically come and see your pastor. And part of the intervention...
After this service, just come quickly. I will bring you to Reverend Sam.
Well, the beautiful thing is that I leave Lagos very shortly. So, and trust
You can come and see me. Don't worry. Don't worry.
My counsel is come see your pastor. To determine the real nature of the problem, it might become necessary for you to exit the marriage for now, pending when all these issues are resolved, and maybe finally your leadership will determine that matter. Apostle Iren,
You must come. You must come. Maybe Baba said they should bring you. You are number 8. Maybe you don't know. You are eating in the same house with such a man. You don't know which of your organs. Maybe they have used half of you. You don't know.
So please, ma'am, if you're in that kind of marriage, you have endured dysfunctionality and abuse for too long. In actual fact, if you are not careful, I think you are destroying yourself. So please, immediately after this meeting, come. The church will be with you, guide you through the process.
The divorce process. No, I just want to be very clear. The divorce, if it was one of those two, is troubling enough. Either of the two is enough ground.
Yeah.
Talk less of the two. So, please, can we give the good Reverend a standing ovation? Thank you, sir.
Wow. Now, so the simple question is, this is, first of all, like, this is a crazy situation. Like, this is absolutely nuts. Like, this is nuts. Yeah. But now, according to Reverend Sam Oye and Apostle Emmanuel Aaron, they say that this is enough. In fact, Apostle said one of these is even enough ground, let alone both of these. That is, someone who is unfaithful, consistently unfaithful, and also someone who is occultic. Yeah, that both of these they can't even go hand in hand. So the question is, first of all, what do you think, Mom Jew? First of all, not you. Yeah. What do you think about this?
Good,
Right.
I
And
beg.
and I mean, what do you think about the whole situation, first of all? Like, the whole situation, the situation that was painted here. And
To be
what do you
honest,
think about that being a ground for divorce? Yeah.
initially I even thought that they were just in a relationship. I didn't even know she was married to him.
Ah, she was married though. I mean, she
Until
is
I used to
married.
take seriously. I'm like, whoa. Whatever pastor said though, I'm serious because what? Like, how are you even saying, knowing all of this information?
Yeah. Like, it must
Yeah.
take a lot of courage to even stay in the same house with such a
Or
man.
sleep. Yes!
Guy, sleep beside.
Hey, God, I beg. Oh.
Wow.
Common people that
Like,
it's not even common. I'm so sorry. It's not common. I take that back. People that cheat gone. The way they used to
yeah.
react. Not someone that is that. Eh? I beg. Oh. Who
Honestly,
did
like
this thing?
serious I beg. Honestly, like I'm like, bro, like, that takes so like Reverend Sam Oye said, the logical assumption for this is that this has to be someone who has actually, grew up seeing a lot of dysfunction, and her alarm bells have sort of, the batteries in our alarm clock has run out. So the things that are supposed to be doing bang, 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 red flag, red flag, red flag, it's not, I mean, our alarms are not going off. She's just, yeah, it's good. But I didn't even know that my audio has,
Yeah, I did for a few minutes.
yeah, yeah, it's back now. Can you still hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. The network is getting is getting everywhere. But yeah, I mean, that was a lot too. That was a lot. So now the second question, which we'll just stop here because of the time. Time is just running. Yeah. The second question is, apart from this, so we're talking about what for you, in your opinion, what grounds would you say, no, I don't think this one is something that you can cope again. You have to call it quits. On what grounds, biblically, or in your opinion, of course, which should be biblically now here, what grounds would you say a divorce is the best option?
Ah, that's a really good day. Can I pass? Because I'm here thinking. Because I just feel like everything Reverend Sam always said, to be honest. Because I don't think I've ever thought of this
Yeah.
kind of
So
situation.
in that case, that means like cheating, like unrepentant cheating,
Yeah.
and then
Coupled
occultism.
with, yes.
Mm.
Because,
Actually, I
I
agree
mean,
with
it's
that.
not
So
really to
yeah,
I like the fact that I said unrepentant cheating, right?
yeah.
And unrepentant occultism. If there is no sign, in fact, if there are signs that he really wants to repent, there should be space, boundaries for a long time. Like he should
Mm.
go for what's it they call it? He should,
Therapy,
how they say remission of sins. He should go for no, what's that thing they call it? It's not remission,
restitution,
restitution.
counseling. Okay.
Yeah, all of those things, therapy, all of those things, and meanwhile, all those even yourself, you need it to be
No
honest.
man, now exactly. You that have endured something like that for that long. Yeah.
Yo, you need to check yourself because you need to even know your heart, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, because some people, do you know, some people are not aware of themselves. They don't know that they start reacting in some certain type of way until they act
Mm.
some certain type of way, and they're like, "Did that just come from me?" You understand? It happen where? So
Yeah.
that's what I think.
Yeah. Absolutely, I agree with that, and I would also add domestic violence. I think that's also one ground that's unrepentant domestic violence. Maybe one slap, and then he apologizes really, and then counseling. But anything we don't
Mm.
dey pass one slap after counseling is still doing, no, 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 or she, because sometimes it's not just the man that beats up the wife. Sometimes it's vice versa. Yeah. So that, because life, like Reverend Samoye said, life is more important. It's the most important there. The covenant of life supersedes the covenant of marriage, right? But anyways, that's that. Just thought to put that out there. Yeah, that was an excerpt, like I said, from the marriage conference from last weekend. Okay, so let's as we've tried to wrap up, let's move on to the complete the lyrics. So yeah, Bomgio says there's a mistake here, so let's assume that there's this that has been corrected. Complete the lyrics. I know my Redeemer lives. I know my Redeemer lives. All of creation, let all creation, all of creation. What next? What comes next?
Who
I'm
me?
Joe.
You
Now you
mean
now.
me? Oh,
Eh
not
now.
me.
Now your song now.
Let all creation testify. Now where they stop it is, now I know my Redeemer lives. I don't know why I always miss that part. Let all creation testify. Do, 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 do. Now I
Let
didn't want
all creation
to. Yeah.
testify. Let this life within me cry.
Oh
I
yeah.
know my
Oh.
Redeemer lives. Let all creation testify, or all of creation. I think they are different. There was a part she said, "Let all creation." There was a part she said, "All of creation." So let all creation testify. Let this life within me cry that I know my Redeemer lives.
Mm.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. One of the like old classics, old classics, old faithful. Yeah. I know my Redeemer lives by Nicole Merlin. Redeemer, actually, that's the title of the song. Redeemer by Nicole C. Merlin. And that's,
Holy.
like I said, one of the one of the great, great all time, songs. Um Yeah, that's our time on the show this morning. Wow, what a show we've had. It's been a great show, if I may say so myself. Filled with laughter and cries and emotions and joy and yeah, just a typical praise world podcast.
God, I beg.
Yeah, it's the weekend. It's the weekend, and we're looking forward to it. Mama Gio, what do you have planned for this weekend?
Um, my friend is having a live recording on Saturday, and I'm excited because I'm such a fan of Ife Emoji. So yeah, I'm going there, and I think
Yeah,
church. Yeah, that's all. And
yeah, pretty
I'll
much. I
finish
think
my movie. I love sci-fi movies. I started this series, so I'm going to finish it.
what's the
I have
title? Well, I won't even watch it, but just tell
no. I
us.
don't want to share my sci-fi movies because I feel like people have this notion of me. I remember when I went, I think I shared it already. When I was in City University and there's, how people will come and meet you. I'm like, I look up to you, all of this stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. And we're chatting along the line. You find out that I do something. And I'm like, oh, you watch movies? Mm-mm.
I don't watch movies watch me.
So let me keep see the only movies that Mr. T should know by that. Even you yourself, the recommended movies I give on the show are Christian movies. Even you said,
Yeah,
and that does not mean I used to watch rubbish movies. So I'm just saying that let me just my sci-fi movies, my trailer movies. Let me keep it to myself because I'm not the typical girly girl. Nah, I'm not, guys. If you, in case you
yeah,
think I'm not, so yeah.
yeah.
Anyways,
I'm actually.
the movie I watched is Legacy of Monsters. Period.
I can't relate because I won't watch it. I just ask, just make I just ask. I won't have watched it. The one I'm watching currently is, and I've not watched the last episode came out on Sunday. I haven't watched it. That's House of the Dragon.
See me,
I've
I've
always been
watched
a
House of
no, is
David.
it House of the Dragon? Not House of the Dragon. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, Jerry. It's still the same franchise, the same GOT franchise. Yeah, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. This one is really good. Like this is for me, on my opinion, this is the best of all the three that they've released. This one is the best. I hope they don't mess it up in the subsequent seasons, sure. Um, so yeah, hopefully I get time to watch the final episode this weekend. And of course, church. We'll go to church and we'll have a good time at church. Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyways, that's our time today, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, we'll be here again on Monday morning, same time, same place, same everything. But we're going to be adding Instagram tweets by the grace of God on Monday. Hopefully, we'll get the issue sorted out. Yeah, that's it, guys. See you next week. Do have an amazing weekend. Go to church on Sunday. Have time with family and friends, and be a good lad or lady.
Absolutely.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye bye.